normally I ask people why they've joined a club, but actually I suppose in this case, how much was your brother Joseph an influence on you joining Forest Green?
Yeah, he was definitely an influence on joining. Came and trained with Forest Green at the end of the last season, and really enjoyed my time. The manager is absolutely fantastic, so there's a big selling point for me. And then obviously having my brother here as well. It's nice. It's going to be able to play with him for the first time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Is it the first time ever? I mean, presumably because you're a couple of years older than him, you wouldn't have played much youth together, except probably in the back garden.
Yeah, just the back garden. Yeah, we've been at similar clubs actually. He was at Southampton with me, but in a younger age. He came to Reading after I was there. I think they were Doncaster as well. Yeah, so we've played for similar club, but just never at the same time. So now's the time.
So this is the first time you followed in his footsteps.
Exactly. He's led the way on this one. He had a fantastic year last year. Obviously, finished the season captain inside. So that'd be great. It'd be great to link up with him and play next year.
And presumably, because of him being here, you were following Forest Green a little bit anyway, watching out for their results and probably paying a bit of attention anyway.
Yeah, for sure. They're my follow team on my Sky Sports app, so I've kept in the loop all season, and I came and watched them for a few games earlier on in the season before I went out to India, and then obviously trained with them and followed them when I came back. And I'm fortunate not to get promoted this year, but next year hopefully we'll go one step further.
Yeah, I suppose that's got to be the aim, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean the club's put pressure on itself now to perform and go up. I don't think the playoffs were overly expected outside the club last year, but the lads done fantastic. Just fell short after a long tough season. Fingers crossed next year will be the year.
And as someone who's played a lot of football in the Championship, you must see the ambition that's here as well and sort of see that as an important factor.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge factor. The project that's going on at the football club, I obviously can't speak highly enough of the manager. His philosophy, the way he plays, having trained with the team for 3 weeks, I got a real insight to kind of what I'm stepping into. So hopefully, the situation works well for both parties.
And you were playing last out in India with Pune City. How's the adjustment process going to be coming back into the Football League?
I don't think it's going to be too much. I've played 14, 15 years at first team level in England, so it's nothing that I won't be used to. It's a great experience to go to India, experience different culture, obviously a different environment with the heat and everything, but I feel more than comfortable being here.
Where is the Indian game at the moment in terms of the level, the standards, and also I suppose the interest, because we think of cricket being the number one sport out there.
Yeah, for sure, cricket absolutely dominates for the fans. But if you look at, the ISL's been going 5 years now, and the Indian national team have just crept into the top 100, so it's definitely having an influence on younger players. It was part of the project when I was sold on going out there to try and help develop the game. There's Indian players that are probably good enough to play in the Championship, a few. Certainly a lot that would be able to hold their own in League One. So the standard's good, and when you mix 5 foreign players into that, obviously again it lifts the standard. So no, I enjoyed it. It was a good experience, something that I always wanted to do, play abroad. So I've ticked that off the bucket list, as it were.
And having gone to another country, what does that do for your life experience as a person to sort of make you more equipped to cope with situations?
Well, that was all in my thinking. It was something I've always wanted to do. I learned a lot about myself while I was over there. I learned a lot about the game and what I can offer in terms of educating younger players. I really enjoyed that side of it, and now I've got the opportunity to come back and, like I say, try and get a promotion, play with my younger brother, and work with a manager I feel like is definitely going places. So. For me, it's perfect situation to come back to.
And you bring a lot of experience here as well. A couple of experienced defenders like Lee Collins and Gavin Gunning have left the club in recent weeks. How much is that experience that you can bring going to be helpful for Forest Green, do you hope?
Yeah, I hope it's going to be valuable. From my time training here with the guys, we had chats as defenders and as players on loads of different topics, and hopefully that's something that I can bring to the group next year. I've had promotions before, so hopefully I can bring that to Forest Green. But ultimately, I've come to try try play as many games as I can and help the team.
Good man, thank you, good luck.
Okay, cheers, thank you.
Your brother ended the season as captain of the club. You obviously captain most of your clubs, so is there going to be a bit of an arm wrestle at the start of the season for that one?
No, definitely not. I think, my little brother's put his foot in the door here and he's established himself, and that's, that wouldn't, to try and captain Forest Green wouldn't really be on my agenda. He's had a fantastic year. I'm really proud of him, and like I said, I'm really looking forward to linking up and playing with him. He's my best mate outside of football, so it works well that we'll be travelling in together and working together. Hopefully it'll be a good dynamic on the pitch as well.
Yeah, one of the things that probably was lacking from the squad last season was an experienced older head. I say that with respect. Do you think you can bring that to the team?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I've looked at the statistics of games. I think if Forest Green could finish games on 70 minutes, they would have been promoted. So if I can add a bit more experience to see games out, or to be a bit cute and clever, then that's something that obviously that I'll be having chats with the manager and the players about to try and benefit the team, because if the team wins, then the club benefits and I benefit personally.
Yeah. At 32, do you feel you've got more you want to achieve in the game and extend that career?
Yeah, every day's an opportunity to learn and better yourself, and for me that's going to continue as long as I'm still fit and able.
And you look at people like Maldini and Giggs, they played till 40, so you're a whippersnapper really in terms of that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm lucky that I've kind of played in a generation where nutrition and sports science has become so big. It's definitely helping me keep a good hold on my body and my fitness, and like I said, hopefully I can contribute this season.
What do you think the team need to do to get out of League Two?
It's probably a question you probably need to ask the manager. If I'm honest, I'll just try and do my job to the best of the ability, and try and influence and help players around me as I've always done through my career.
Okay, cheers, all the best.
Okay.